Okay, hey everybody. I'm going to leave the camera on the tripod here just for a second. So you are looking at our latest addition to our shop here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more for you. So, okay, the Jinsoku, let me look. I'm really bad with the name of this thing. Jinsoku, the J, LE 1620, 5.5 watt output, portable laser engraver. Okay, it'll cut. I've got some little coasters here that I've been just practicing on, and they're approximately 1/8 of an inch thick, and it will cut through those. I haven't tried just cutting through there with one pass. I don't think it'll do it with one pass, but for sure it'll do it with a couple of passes. So it's a really small, basically hobby, quality hobby-sized laser engraver, and it is my first one. So I kind of wanted something that was, first of all, highly recommended, and second of all, affordable, because I don't want to throw a bunch of money at something if it turns out to be like beyond my capabilities. So it seems like everything I'm doing these days, for me personally, I'm just breaking new ground on it, and so I don't know what else to tell you. It's been a wild ride for me this year. Okay, I'm gonna undock the camera here. So, okay, so what you watched it do was actually just putting our logo. See if I can zoom in here a little bit. Just putting our logo on that. Okay. Let's see if I can zoom in and get it to focus. It seems like, yeah, not too bad. Okay, so that's the logo, and I'm gonna flip it over here. There's a stack of them. Okay, so this is the Airbus coasters. Okay, our store that we have, our online store, we're selling everything that we sell is airplane related some way or another. Okay, so anyhow, so that's the laser engraver, and we'll see how that turns out. I was engraving some wood over the weekend, and doing it in my basement, and gosh, you do kind of need ventilation of some sort. So here's the control panel. You have 2 stepper motors on the back, one on the top, one on the bottom. In trying to figure mine out, I labeled the axes. Here is the y-axis right there, and then this one over here is x-axis. And you know, when you get these machines, it's kind of interesting, something about them. You take it out of the box and you set it up, and you know, unlike a 3D printer, my first question is, what is the front and what is the back? And it really turns out that with a laser, it doesn't seem like there really is a front or a back, because in the software, you're just going to set it up. You're going to basically set it up however you want it, where you want the origin to be and everything. So right now, the way this one is set up, it homes at let's see, It homes at 0 and 220. So in the 3D printing world, your printer would home at 0, 0. I mean, it would home at the minimum on each axis. Okay, but the way this thing is set up and the way it's working right now, so it's homing at 0 and 220. And yeah, I can change that. I could reverse the axis in the software, but now that I actually have it working, there's not really a point to do that. So I have it set up the way it works for me. And here's the laser module. It's a very small one. It's got a cooling fan on top that runs, and then the laser is on the bottom, comes out the bottom. One thing I will say I do like about this, and here, let me move the laser just for a second. I am going to tell the laser to move to the center of my build area here. Okay, so one nice thing about this thing is, show you real quick here. It comes with this 20mm tool. This laser has a fixed focus point. Okay, and you actually put that 20mm cylinder underneath the corner of the laser, and that's where they tell you to put it anyhow. Okay, then there's an adjustment knob on the top right here and right there, and you turn that knob to raise or lower the laser itself, and you're trying to set it where the factory has set the focal point of that laser. So what's kind of funny is a little story about when I first plugged it in and was setting it up. It comes with these little blocks of MDF, and it comes with 2 of them. Okay, so it was double that thickness, you know, close to ½ an inch thick, I suppose. And so I had a button pushed in on the laser control board that actually it turns the laser on the whole time. Well, when I was setting the laser up, I didn't understand what that button was for. And then as soon as I turned on the power switch, the laser turned on, and it's also set to go to home when you first turn the power on. So what it did was, I can't show you because the laser is sitting on it right now, but the laser came on, and it was raised up really high anyhow, and it cut a swath across my desk. And I would say at that point the focal length was probably set at easily twice what it's supposed to be, but it cut a really nice sharp deep line through the top of this desk. So anyhow, so you do have to be kind of careful, you know. I mean, this is not a toy. Do not buy one of these for your little kid, you know, that is still prone to doing stupid things, because sometimes even us big kids do stupid things. So anyhow, I thought that was interesting. So okay, so we will probably talk more about the laser later. I'm gonna let's move an airplane real quick. We'll set an airplane down over here, and we'll talk about the TronXY. So the TronXY 3D printer, I know I've talked to some people about it, mostly on forums, but so we have converted this, and it's not quite done, but we're getting close now, to a laser on the left and a draw knife, which is like the Cricut cutting system, on the right. So it's a homemade mount for the cutting blade for the draw knife. So you can see the laser on the left and the draw knife on the right. And fortunately, the focal point of the laser is a lot higher than the draw knife, so I can mount them both. And when I lower the draw knife down, the laser doesn't hit or interfere in any way, so there's no need to remove anything to use the other one. So anyhow, I'm pretty excited about that. It's not quite done yet, but this is a 400 by 400 build plate, and so I'm pretty excited. The draw knife I'm going to use to cut out decals for my airplanes, and of course, you know, I can cut anything out, I guess, with it, but so anyhow, excited about that. So that's a new project that we have been working on now for about 2 years. So terrible to admit that. Okay, so let's see real quick. What's printing? Okay, so this is the Soval SV01, and it is printing a Cessna 152 fuselage section, and that is fuselage number 2, piece number 2. Okay, the artillery sidewinder, it's not running right now. It's getting ready to. As soon as I get off camera, I will get it fired up and get it making some parts. Okay, moving over to the Soval SV03. It is doing fuselage section number 3 for the Cessna 152. So, and look at all of the support structure. You know, airplane fuselages are not square by any means, hardly anywhere, and so anytime you print them, you're gonna need some support structure. It's kind of funny. So I'm printing this with some infill, which is a big no-no because it adds weight to the airplane. However, I will say that as the files are, the STL files that came with this airplane, okay, I'll show you something else real quick. Okay, that's going to go for another almost 2 days. No, I take that back. This started printing last night. Yeah, that's going to print for probably another 2 days because that fuselage piece will be about a foot tall. Okay. Before I leave this corner of the room, here's a Eclipse and Pantera. We do have that for sale. It's done, complete, ready to go. You can choose whether you want batteries with it, radios, etc. Anyhow, nice airplane, fun to fly. There we go. Okay, good morning everybody. I just thought I would show you real quick the center. This is fuselage section number 3 for the new Cessna 152 that I am printing. And this is on the bed of the Soval SV03, which is the biggest printer I have. And it barely fits on there. The support structures are still stuck to it. This is all support down here. That all comes off. So, okay. I just wanted to show you that before I took it off of the build plate. It's done. It's cooled. That printed for 3 days and 6 hours. So, but that's going to be it's going to be an amazing little airplane. Okay, see you in a bit.